5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Materialize. Hello Virgo, Cosmic Shiva, Galaxia. You know that song? It's by Nina Hagen. It's very good, look it up. Welcome to your horoscope. This is the full moon in Virgo on the 7th of March at 11:42 p.m. is when this is playing out. This is a culmination of the year that was. If you think about Virgo, the full moon being the last lunation of one trip around the zodiac. Because if Pisces is the culmination of a cycle and Aries is the instigation of a new one, the last lunation of the Pisces cycle is a full moon in Virgo. Always, always, always. So whenever there's a full moon in Virgo, you get to feel it in your first house, feel it in your very, very essence, your soul. You get to reach deeply within and come into a great big cuddle with the unconscious parts of yourselves. And you also get to sort of think, well, holy moly, if I'm going through this, I'll be on a pretty good wicket to enter into the next cycle. Now, normally, this by itself would be enough, normally to have a full moon in your first house as the last hurrah of a grand cycle around the zodiac would be a moment to be like, all right, who am I? What am I doing? Who am I now? What am I doing? Great. I love myself. I love every part of me. I'm working from integrity, honesty. It's been trying at times, but I tell you what, I've never changed who I am at my core. I'm only coming into deeper and deeper and deeper relationship with that part of me. I'm honest, I'm true, I'm good, I'm diligent, and I'm a healer. I think that's probably one thing to be really remind you of, Virgo, is that you are one of the healers of the zodiac. There are many, but I think that Virgo is the one that opens the portal, that receives the lessons from the unconscious world, from Pisces perhaps, and takes them and brings them down to earth and alchemizes them into something practical that we can all work with. The lessons that are learned in Virgo are so important for us to kind of keep going, Heaven could be on earth. That's the point of this whole thing, isn't it? Sometimes it feels a bit kind of, we can wish and hope and wait and wonder what lays beyond. But if we don't get it while you can, as Janis Joplin said, then what are we doing here? So that's enough, isn't it? That's sort of like, wow, great. This feels like a New Year's Eve party just for me. Amazing. I can't wait. Hopefully 2023 will be able to start now that this is happening. Yeah, and that's true. What's also happening is that Saturn, the planet of lessons, of boundary, of restriction, is leaving Aquarius and entering Pisces, leaving your 6th house, which you're very good at, the rhythm, the ritual, the routine of the day, leaving that house and entering your 7th house of relationship, of collaboration, of reaching out and sharing something with somebody else. And so I want you to cast your mind back to March of 2020, and without triggering you, maybe that would be a really obvious example of this feeling of restriction that Saturn brings with it. because we all know what was happening in March of 2020, and we're all coming to terms with the fallout of that now. Not everyone is out of lockdown in the world. Some people have been existing in this space for the entire time, and let's face it, for most of their lives. It's at this point where Saturn moves from your 6th house of rhythm, routine, ritual. You've needed that guideline there, haven't you, to really front up and show up and help out when some folks were disappearing from planet Earth. Some folks were, whatever rabbit hole they were losing themselves in. We relied on our Virgo friends to yank them back, keep that tethered. You know, it's tough being on the opposite end of Pisces. As much as we love him, and as much as we sort of, we branch out that way with Pisces, don't we? Got to remember that we branch out this way with Virgo. Virgo is the roots to Pisces' branches. And so all of that, these trials, these tribulations, these limitations that have presented themselves, they're leaving Aquarius. They're moving into Pisces. What can you take with this transition? What do you know about feathering a nest, building routine, regulating the mind and the body and the spirit in order to keep going? And how can you relate this to your 7th house? Are there folks around you? Is there some folks around you perhaps that need a bit of a kick up the bum or a bit of a container at present because they're slipping away a bit, or the freedom that they yearned for or longed for during times of restriction has them disappearing now? Or perhaps they're sort of tripping out because they were longing for freedom and to get out and to move around and to shift so much. But now that they've got the opportunity to, they don't know what to do. Or they're finding that when they enter space, it's not the same as it was before. I paid my $6 for a Netflix subscription for 24 hours, maybe 48 hours. And I watched all of Russian Doll. I was watching on YouTube, as I tend to do. I hang out on here and watch my little bits and bobs to keep me happy. And I fell into this repetition of watching Natasha Lyonne interviews and just being so blown away. Her charisma is just beyond. What an incredible person to listen to, and just wonderful creative brain, outlook on life. And I thought to myself, I've heard about this Russian Doll show for years and years. I've got to check it out. And so I paid my subscription and I watched it, and I don't know what to tell you. If you haven't seen it yet, then watch it. It brought up all of this stuff that I've been grappling with and thinking about really recently. It's quite esoteric in the way that it's about time travel and sort of, breaking the fabric of the space-time continuum in a sort of classic sort of sci-fi way. But the emotional undercurrent of this show is like, you can't change the past. And if you interfere with the past, you change the present, you change the outcome of existence itself. There's no saving of yourself that you can do in hindsight, in from before. You can do it now, but that's a whole different relationship that takes really recognizing the reality of where you are right now, and that realizing that who you are in this very second would be altered and different if your past was altered and different. If you were somebody else, if you had better resources, if you were taken care of better when you were younger, whatever it was, that was the kind of through line in Russian Doll. Wild. It was told in the most beautiful way. And it really smacked me across the face. It really shook me out of whatever it was that, I have been going through a period of grief over these past weeks. And that's been, that's been an important ritual for me to integrate myself into. You know, there's all these questions. Had I have just done this? If I had done this? Maybe if I had have said. Really, 1, 2 feet stuck in the mud of Virgo, relying on you, babe. Like ground, ground, ground. This is reality. We cannot change the past. And if we tried, if we did, if we were able to, we would alter our present. Who we are right now is the only person that we need to be. Let's get some intuitive tarot. Yeah. Got the Ace of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. I was sitting to myself here just now thinking, why are you talking about television? Why are you talking about Russian doll? Why are you talking about this? And yeah, like, this is why. I want you to be really overtly proud of your Virgo soul, all right? At this full moon, I want it to wash away, and this could be external criticism, or this could be from your periphery in different ways, from different eras, that we were told we are this, so we are that, we are the other, you know, all the things, the shitty things that people can say about a Virgo on a personality level. Oh, you're sort of, you know, perfectionist. Oh, you just sort of, you know, there's no getting around you. There's no talking to you. Why is you're an answer for everything? You know, you're sort of stubborn, or whatever. Bugger off, all of it. It's like, we need your magic, Virgo. And it's not that you're going, you know, sort of, although, you know, you probably would if it was, you know, I had an image of you on a bicycle and like all of these different people stacked up on top of you, sort of, you know, riding to the next bit of safety, you know. Yeah. You're good. You're good at providing for all of us. This is this King of Pentacles that's sort of coming into the reading. You're good at, you know, you want to, you know, let's feather that nest and the other nest and the other nest. And what do you need, darling? You know, okay, we'll get this organized. All of that, that's great. But what I see here, this Ace of Swords to the Ten of Swords in reverse, you see there's such a big jump there. It's sort of like, and the swords are our thoughts, you know, they're our memories, aren't they? And so what I see, it's like this, like cow jumped over the moon. It's like you're missing the middle bit, Virgo. And the Ten of Swords in reverse isn't allowing that to end, you know? Ten of Swords in reverse is sort of like, nope, reflect, deflect. Don't miss the middle bit. It's sort of like, there you are right in the center with everything that you need, all of your emotional intellect that you can glean from and learn from your Pisces counterparts, from your 7th house. You know, those lessons there about true connection, about sort of like moving through paranoia of abandonment, moving through those thoughts of, oh, I'm actually just shit and they'll leave me eventually. Far out, like F that. You know, like, this is the work that you're doing right now. And it's not because you provide out of the wallet. It's not because you know, it's that's got nothing to do with that. It's a sense of belonging on planet Earth. I'm telling you this as a Pisces rising, for me to look at you, Virgo. I'm looking right into my 7th house right now. I'm looking right into what makes me just melt, is to feel welcome on this planet. As cockeyed and kooky as Pisces can be, tripped out, whacked out, don't belong here, get me out of here, where's the ejector button? I'm off. Why am I like this? I wish I wasn't like this. You know, I'm a mirror to you over in your 7th house. Hello, we're the same, looking at the same person. So all of those feelings that I probably am a bit more sort of obvious about, the proverbial I, I'm talking about Pisces as a thing, as an enterprise, emotionally demonstrative, you know, sort of dramatic, no, kind of avoidant, you know, dissociative, sort of like, oh, that's too much feeling, bye. We're holding that mirror up to you, the sensitivity, the absorbency, mutable sign to mutable sign. Ouch. Oh God, not again. Oh, I wish I was Natasha Lyonne. If only I could go back and steal myself from the clutches of the caregivers that had no right holding me, that couldn't do it. They were actually doing a really good job to build up the person that you have become and how brilliant you are right now. And everything that you lack or lacked, you've learned and you're learning. Access to care, comfort, understanding, showing up, being present, being real. It's all there. You didn't get it when you were young, and I'm really effing so sorry, babe. I really am. You're giving it now. The best way to keep giving it is to open yourself up a little bit to receiving some of that too. Don't skip to the end. You're not allowed. 10 of Swords is in reverse. It's a mirror, right back. Memories can really be so painful. If we remember, like you do, to stick your feet in the mud, in the clay, and be like, I'm a human being hanging out on planet Earth. Look at this. This is the point. It's not up there. It's not, you know, like, talk so much about dreamland. Absolutely. You know, I love it. I love fantasy and imagination. I love it. Incredible. But it's to make this place richer. It's to make this place more beautiful. You know how to do that. So, that's your reading. Happy full moon, Virgo. I mean this from the base of my spine, from my root chakra, as they say in the classics. Have a good one. Let that light from the moon shine right down. Third eye to third eye. You take care, okay? I'm going to be seeing you in 2 weeks for the new moon in Aries, but let's not rush it. We'll take care of that. We'll start that cycle when we're ready. Take this full moon for yourself as a mirror of all that you are, all of your beauty, all of your pain. All right, I'm off. Get your chart read by me if you haven't already at umaruby.com. Also, you can throw some money in the tip jar if you would need to. buymeacoffee.com/umaruby. That's it. I'm exhausted. What a day. Did it. I held you in my back pocket today, Virgo. I really did. Yeah. I was like, do it. What? Get this sorted. Get this organized. Get it done. This is your livelihood. This is what you've said that you're going to do. You're actually really good at it. So do it. Don't complain about it. Do it. Yeah. I love you. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.